What's up, y'all? It's your boy B, back with another video. It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. I've been out for a minute, bro. And I'm tired of starting this video saying I've been out for a minute, but I'll always be out for a minute. But yeah, man, I had an experience I wanted to share with y'all. So I'm gonna jump straight to it because I think this will be a long video, bro. So I was like, I had an exam on Tuesday. So basically, like, I've been studying for a long time, but I only took it really like serious the past 2 weeks because I had time to take it serious too. I only took serious the past 2 weeks, and I was studying, doing a whole lot of things, being organized and shit. I'm not even an organized person. I am organized, but a lot of times I am not organized too. So basically, I was being organized. I was doing all that stuff. Like, I really wanted to pass that thing like in the first try. So I did a lot. I was like studying and being organized. I was organizing my time in all of my days to be able to complete a certain amount of, how do I say this, of like quantity. Like, I really wanted to go in all chapters and really like be ready for that exam. So past 2 weeks I've been on that, and that's been like my main concern the past 2 weeks. So what happens is Tuesday I go there and I do the exam. It didn't really go well. I thought I was gonna fail and shit. But yeah, man, just before I got out, like the teacher said, the person that was there said like I passed the exam. And so yeah, man, I left the room. I passed the exam. I'm lit. I'm chilling. And normally, what you normally do when you just when you just achieve something, I texted wifey basically, and I said, yeah, yo, look, like I passed the exam. Yeah, basically was it. I was telling her that I thought I would fail the exam when I was in there doing it, but I ended up passing, and I told her how it went, whatever. And she was like super hype, bro. She was like hype. She was like sending me a whole bunch of stickers on WhatsApp, a whole bunch of, she was hype basically. She was hype and she was trying to, hyping me up too. And I was like, yeah, man, yeah, I did pass. And I was like, I was trying to like, just match the vibe. But I was like, I wouldn't say weird, but I was just a little bit like nonchalant, right? And then she was like, man, you look weird, man. You look weird. You don't seem like you're happy, or you don't seem happy. You don't seem like you just passed that exam that you was like so excited about. Like, not excited, but you were so worried about that. Like, you don't seem really happy that you did pass that. But I was like, nah, man, I'm cool, and I really believe that. Like, I was just cool. I was just relaxed and nonchalant about, not nonchalant, but I was just like, all right, man, I done this. It's cool, but what's next? What's next type of mentality. So yeah, she was like, okay, man, if you say so, whatever. And then I go to the crib, and then she comes to the crib also from work, and then we was talking and she said that again. She was like, yo, you really don't seem happy about it. It really seems like just like another Tuesday for you. And I was like, nah, man, I'm cool. Like, I'm happy, I'm cool about it, but it's like, I did it. It's cool, I passed it, but I'm just like, all right, bro, I passed it. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So that passes. Fast forward 2 days. Yesterday, on Thursday. So I woke up in the morning. I did my routine. I woke up late though. I woke up late, so I couldn't like pray at the crib. I just did like my workout, and then I took a cold shower, and then I went to work. So I went to work. So what happens is when I'm not able to complete my routine at the crib, I complete it at work. The things I can do at work, right? So praying is one of the things I can do at work. So since I didn't pray first thing when I got in the morning, so I was praying at work. So I was praying. I was doing my I already told y'all my routine on praying, how I pray, whatever. But what happens is at the end of most or some of my prayers, I set some time just to be there, just to be in silence and just listen. It could be thinking about something. It could be listening to my thoughts. It could be listening to what God has to say to me. It could be a lot of things, but I just set some time just to because prayer is basically like you communicating with God, right? You saying a whole lot of stuff, but praying is not just that. Praying is also you like trying to listen and not be like a monologue. I think this is how you say it. But yeah, man. So I was there. Like I also I always take like it could be 40 second. My bad. Sneeze. Bless you. Whatever. It could be like 40 seconds. It could be like 1 minute. It could be 2 minutes. It could be 5 minutes. It could be whatever time I need. So I was just there, just listening, and I listened. I heard God telling me that Tuesday you was not happy because you're trying to live in the future. He basically said that, and I heard that, and I was like, I was dwelling on that because that's stick with me that whole day, that whole like morning at least, that stick with me. So I was like, what do you mean like I'm trying to live in the future? What do you mean like I wasn't happy that day because I'm trying to live in the future? So I try to I try to relive myself. I try to put myself in that moment again. So I was trying to remember what I did like in that day and why is it saying that I live in the future. So I try to relive that day again. Like I remember I went to the exam. I was studying in the morning, and then I had lunch, and then I went to the exam. Whatever. I thought I was gonna fail. I passed, and then I relived that specific moment where I thought I was gonna fail, and then I went to the person that was there, and he told me, "All right, you'll pass." And then I remember I was like a little happy, but then as soon my happiness lasted for the moment that he told me that I passed and I didn't fail to the moment I stepped my foot outside of that building. From the moment I stepped my foot outside of that building, all of my problems, all the issues, all the things I have to do, it didn't have to be problems. Like it was like things I have to do next. After that, things I gotta, solve, things I gotta manage, things I gotta whatever, plans I have in my mind, whatever. And that was it, bro. And I didn't know that. And if I didn't stop to pray and to listen to God and to listen to what God had to say about me, I would never imagine. Because for me, until I prayed yesterday, that was a normal day for me. Where I was just like what I was saying in the beginning of the video. I was just like nonchalant. I'm happy that I passed it, but I'm just like nonchalant. I'm just like I'm chilling. But no, it wasn't that, bro. I relived that moment and I realized that my happiness only lasted those 10 seconds between leaving that room and leaving that building. That was like my 10 seconds of real happiness, let's call it that way. From the moment I stepped foot outside of that building, all of those things, all of those issues, all of life basically came back again. And now I'm like, all right, what's next? Like I gotta handle this shit next. I gotta do that next. I gotta do that. And that's why I wasn't really happy, and wifey could know that about me, but I didn't even catch it honestly, bro. And I wouldn't catch it if I didn't pray about it, which is really weird because normally I'm not that type of person, bro. Normally I am able to rejoice and really like appreciate the little thing. That wasn't even a little thing, but normally I really do appreciate all the little and big stuff. I'm able to, to just be in that moment or be in that day of being like, all right, man, I done did this. Like, okay, that's cool. I'm proud of myself. Like, I did this. Thank you, God, for allowing me to do this, for giving me the strength, whatever. But I didn't do that day. And the scary thing is like, it becomes so natural for us to do that we don't even realize it. You gotta realize that, bro. I would never went back to that moment to realize that I was being ungrateful if I didn't pray and God didn't tell me that I was trying to live in the future. And you know how crazy that is, bro? That's insane, bro. So basically, you're telling me that you was worried about that exam for the past 2 weeks and that you was studying hard, making a plan, waking up early, sleeping late, trying to hit all your checkups just to be ready for the exam. That was your main concern. If you ask me like what's your main concern for this next 2 weeks, is I would say like making sure that I pass this exam like in the first try, so I don't spend more money than I have to, so I so I have more time to do whatever I want to do next. So I just take care of this business, right? Just taking care of business. That would be my answer. So you're telling me you did all that and that was your main concern, your main goal, and then you just passed that exam, and then your happiness lasts from the moment he said you passed to the moment you leave that building. You don't even say thank you. You don't even be like, "Alright, bro, I done did this. Thank you, man. I really wanted this to happen at the first time. I really want to make this." You didn't even do all that. Your whole attitude is like, "Alright, cool. I did it. What's next?" You see how we are as human beings? Like that. That's what we do all the time, bro. All the time. That's what we do. So that was my attitude. I was just like, "Alright, cool. I did it. What's next? Whatever." And I realized I was being so ungrateful, bro. So ungrateful because let's say I go to that exam, and as I was feeling in the exam, I really failed it. Then it's like a whole issue. Then I'm thinking about that shit all day. Like, damn, bro, I failed the exam. Now I gotta do it again. Now I gotta study again. Now I gotta do all these things again. That would be on my mind for that whole day. But since I passed it and now it's done, it's just like it's just another thing. Like nothing happened. Like, okay, I done did that shit, but what's next? That was my mentality, right? That I wasn't even realizing I was having it until God showed me that. So yeah, man, this is all to tell you that don't be chasing stuff, bro. You will chase something. This is like this is me getting to Solomon's point. Solomon is the wisest nigga that ever lived besides Jesus here on earth, right? God gave him all of the wisdom, all of the money, all of the power, everything. It says on the book of Ecclesiastes that Solomon did not deny anything that his eyes saw and desired. So basically, Solomon was like Elon Musk of our generation. That type of money, that type of power. Whatever Elon Musk wants, he will get it, bro. He has the money to buy it. Whatever he wants. I'm talking about at least physically and sometimes something that's not physical too. But you get what I'm saying, right? Solomon was like the Elon Musk of our generation. It says in the Bible, in the book of Ecclesiastes, that Solomon did not deny anything that his eyes desired. And then at the end of the book, at the end or at the middle, whatever, the whole point of the book is like Solomon got to a point where he got everything that he wanted, bro. Literally everything. That nigga had 700 wives and 300 concubines. Bro. Yo, Solomon is wild, bro. Having 700 wives and 300 concubines, nigga, you crazy. But that's not the point of the video, bro. He literally did not deny anything that his eyes desired. He got everything that he wanted. And when he got to the end of it, he saw that it was all vanity, bro. It was meaningfulness. It was like, okay, man, I done did all this shit, like, but I still feel empty, bro. I still feel like this vanity. You know why he feel like that? Because nothing can really fulfill you, bro. I'm gonna read it to y'all. It's like, this is Ecclesiastes 2:11. It says, "Yet when I surveyed all that my hands had done and what I had toiled to achieve, everything was meaningless. A chasing after the wind." This is what they call it, chasing after the wind. Nothing was gained under the sun. So he basically didn't deny anything that he wanted. He got 700 wives, 300 concubines. He had riches, wealth. He had whatever, bro. He had whatever he wanted because he was the wisest man on earth and also the richest man on earth. Like, he got everything that he wanted. And then he got to the end of himself just to realize that none of those things could really fulfill his heart. And the only thing that can fulfill his heart is God. So this is what we do, guys. This is what we do. Let me explain to y'all how ungrateful we are. We was a child, when we was really a child, we wanted to go to high school. We was at high school, we wanted to, go to college. We go to college, now we're fixating, like, I gotta, maybe like, I gotta have a family, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You have a family, then there's something next. The point of the matter is, like, you got to the point, like, you was in college, you wanted a family. Now you got a family, you got a wife, and you got kids. Now there's something else. The point of it is to tell you there will always be something else, bro. If you keep chasing these things and you fool yourself into thinking that, like, when I have this one thing, I'll just be completely happy and completely, and until I get there, I'll be depressed, I'll be sad, I'll be this, I'll be that. You will come to the end of yourself, just like Solomon did. He eventually came to the end of himself and realized that chasing all that wouldn't it didn't mean nothing, bro. It didn't mean shit. It didn't mean nothing, guys. It was meaningless. Am I telling you right now, like, stop chasing your dreams, stop chasing your goals, like, stop doing what I know? I'm not telling you. You gotta put it in context. What I'm telling you is, don't be chasing all of those stuff while you're ignoring God and ignoring what God tells you to do and how you should be during that chase. Bro, you cannot be chasing all of those dreams and all of those goals and you have all these problems and you're thinking in your head, if all of this shit disappear, all of my problems disappear and I achieve all my dreams, then I'll be good. And then I'm not gonna be depressed. I'm not gonna have a problem, bro. There's always going to be a problem, bro. No matter what you achieve in life, you will always have something next you gotta do, bro. Always. It could be a lot of stuff, it could be less, but you will always have something, some more issue, new more problem that you are gonna have to deal with. And I don't want you guys to, and I don't want myself. This is a conversation to myself too. And I don't want myself to realize this while I'm like 60 years old or 70 years old. Just to be like, okay, I done did all this shit. I done solved all these problems. I still got problems to solve, and I don't really feel nothing, bro. I don't really feel fulfilled. You know why? You know why that is happening, right? Because you're not supposed to be feeling that way while you're chasing. You're supposed to be grateful, bro. You're supposed to be grateful while you like trying to achieve your goals, trying to achieve your dreams. Don't think like if you have all of that all of your problems will disappear. There will come new problems, bro. This is life, basically. Life is like that. You will never be in a situation or in a position where you have zero problems, zero issues, everything is perfect, and there's nothing for you to solve under the sun. That's a lie, bro. You will never be like that, and that's a lie that Satan wants you to believe. He's justifying you being depressed, you being sad about all of these things because you didn't achieve that thing. You think that one thing that you want to achieve so bad, or that problem that you have so bad, and when you solve it or when you achieve it, you will just feel like completely like happy, you will feel like fulfilled. It's a lie, guys. It's really a lie, bro. It's really Satan trying to trick you into being depressed, into being sad, into spending all your energy just on negative stuff, just for you to come to the conclusion when you're 60 years old or 70 years old, 80 years old, that all that you needed is to be grateful in that situation, because now you're 50 years apart and you still got problems and you still got issues, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So just get to the end of yourself earlier, bro. I know most of the people that watch my channel is like maybe 20, in his 20s, in his 30s, in his 40s, whatever. But just get to the end of yourself, and get to the end of yourself while you can, bro. Just be happy, bro. I know there's issues. I know there's problems. I know I have them too. I was moving in autopilot, bro. You can, if you watch the video from the beginning, you know that when I did that, when I stepped foot on, off of that building, and then I was like, all of my happiness disappeared, and I was just like thinking about all these things that I got to do. I was literally moving on autopilot. So it's not bad that it's happening. It's normal that it happened. Even I have the notion. I have Bible wisdom. I read. I'm not read the entire Bible, but I read a lot of the Bible. I have Bible wisdom. I have God wisdom, and it still happened, bro. But you gotta have the self-awareness to identify when it happened. You gotta let the Holy Spirit tell you. So this is why it's important to ask every day, like, Holy Spirit, like, reveal these things to me. If I'm doing something wrong, reveal it to me. If you want me to quit something, reveal that to me. Help me do that. You feel what I'm saying? Get to the end of yourselves to realize that nothing that you will ever achieve will substitute what God has like planned for you. Like, nothing can substitute God, bro. You stop believing that lie that I gotta be like, nah, I'm sad, but I have a reason to be sad. I'm depressed, I have a reason to be depressed. Yo, you have no reason to be depressed, bro. You have no reason to be sad. That's a lie. Please don't believe that lie, bro. You have no reason to be depressed, bro. Listen to me. There is somebody that woke up today got out of the house and had no clue what was gonna happen, stepped foot on the road and got hit by a car, bro. And they'll never walk again. Just let that sink in. There was somebody just like you, just like me, just like whoever is watching this video, that woke up this morning, that didn't know what was going to happen, that went outside and got hit by a car and is never walking again. There's somebody that woke up also, that went outside, got hit by a car and died in like this. Now put that shit into perspective, bro. Why are you sad? Why am I sad, bro? What is the reason I have to be sad, bro? I done did my work. I done passed my exam on Tuesday. Today I done went to work. I came here. I'm in this beautiful park in Lisbon, in Portugal. I have life. I walk with my feet. I eat with my mouth. Pause. I drink water. I do all of these things, bro. Why am I sad, bro? Why am I sad? Why am I trying to be Solomon, bro? Why am I trying to achieve all of these things just to get to the conclusion that these things won't satisfy me, bro? They won't satisfy. It won't satisfy me, and it won't satisfy you, because our flesh always wants more. You know why we're not grateful? Listen to me. I gotta say this, bro. Please don't let this go over your head. You are literally complaining about a situation you prayed God for. Let that sink in and don't let it go over your head. You are literally in a situation right now that you prayed God to be in, and you are complaining about it. Let me explain this to you. You was literally, this is just an example, it could be anything, but you was literally in college saying, my dream is to finish college, to have a wife, and to start a family. That was you in college. And now you are in a situation where you finish college, you have a family, you have kids, you have a wife, you have kids, and there is some new problems happening, and then you're like, damn, man, like, goddamn, bro, like, what? You are literally being ungrateful because God gave you exactly what you asked Him to give you, but your standards just got higher. Listen, please, niggas, your standard will keep going higher the more you feed your flesh. The more things you achieve, the more you want to achieve. You will get to the end of yourself just like Solomon after achieving all of these things that you think you needed and you wanted to feel fulfilled, and then you'll be like, damn, man, like, I should have just been happy while I was chasing all of these things, because none of this shit matters. Now, I'm not saying none of it matters, but you get what I'm saying, right? None of this worry to achieve these things matters. None of this, all of this stressful, all of this pressure I put in myself matters. What really matters is God. What can really fulfill my heart is God, Jesus Christ. That's what really matters. You feel what I'm saying? So quit being depressed. Quit believing this lie. Quit believing this lies of the devil that tells you like, oh, I got a reason to be depressed, man. I got a reason to feel stressful. I got a reason to. Damn, you got a reason all the time? All the time, bro? You had a reason in high school to want to be in college. You had a reason to be depressed all the time. You had a reason every single day, every single week. When you was in college, you had a reason to be depressed because you didn't like have a family yet. Now you have a family. You got a new reason that you like gotta be depressed like all day because you didn't achieve that. It's a fucking loop. It's a loop, guys. Please believe me when I tell you, it's a loop. It starts now. You gotta be happy now. Be happy every day that you wake up. Be happy every day that you get to go to work. Be happy that you're doing the little things. This is what really matters, bro. You gotta be happy now. And I'm saying this with such like, I think I never spoke like this in the channel, bro. I'm saying this with such an emotion because it's really like that, bro. We really get robbed of our happiness and we really be believing that shit when everything that God wants us to do is to realize that everything we need in the end is Him. And we can't say like, oh, I didn't know this. Yes, you did know, nigga. We got the book of Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes telling us that Solomon was literally Elon Musk of that time, bro. He had everything. My nigga had 700 wives, boy. 300 concubines. Solomon, you crazy, bro. What? You had all that, bro. You had all that. You had houses. You had wealth. You had everything that you wanted. And then you came to one day and you said, like, all of this is vanity, bro. Meaningless. All of this is like, it don't mean nothing, bro. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this was the message for this video. I told you it was gonna be probably a long video. I hope you took some value out of it. Don't forget, man, please quit believing these lies, bro. Be happy, bro. Be happy. You ain't got no reason to be depressed. Don't believe those lies. I'm not telling you it's not normal. Everybody does it. But don't believe those lies that it is normal for you to believe in God and be depressed at the same time. It's just a lie of the devil, bro. If you're in that situation, you gotta find a way to, to get to the end of it. It's pointless, bro. It's pointless. It's pointless, bro. But yeah, man, I'm gonna quit chatting. I hope you guys took some value out of this video. I'm gonna see you on the next one. And I love y'all. Don't forget, Jesus Christ loves you too. Peace.